Well, I thought they really took it to us in the first half. Defensively, we didn't guard the ball very well, and we weren't in our gaps. And 22 and 14 had 32 of their 38 points, and that was something I definitely addressed at halftime. But with some defensive adjustments and the kids really buying in, those kids didn't really get many open looks in the second half. And I felt like that we really imposed our will in the third quarter and started making shots and getting several kills back to back. Kill for us is three straight stops. And so we got several of those back to back. We're able to extend the lead, and it was really nice to be able to get other players off the bench and give them time for the hard work they've been putting in.
You talked about stopping Lido 20 at half. She's going over 7 in the second half, only got 2 points at the free throw line. What was the specific adjustment on her?
She will not score again, I think was the directive at halftime. We better make sure we know where she is. No, we went to our zone. We're pretty good at zone. I'm not a zone coach. I don't love it, but we're pretty good at it. We do a really good job of finding shooters. We do a great job with our bumps and our rotations, and we actually rebound well out of it. And I think it's something that I'm kind of starting to accept because we really don't have any inside. So it's difficult for us to be able to guard people on the inside and then be able to get to help like we're supposed to in man. And sometimes that's why we get straight line driven to the basket because our bigs our smalls, our garden bigs, are too occupied trying to take care of that, and they're not able to be in their gaps. But we're going to continue to work on it. It's definitely not something that we're going to give up on. But, I mean, our kids are confident and play well in zone. And, I mean, it showed tonight that adjustment stopped those two kids in the second half.
What about 22 was so difficult to guard besides she only had 1 3 in the first half, pretty much got
she just would dribble till she either got to the rim or got a foul. And that was because again we weren't in our gaps and we weren't stepping over and rotating as we should because they were running 4 out 1 in. So one of our kids had to make sure that they were occupying their big on the inside, and it didn't allow us to get to our help. Now that's no excuse. We've got to do a better job of that. But once we took away her penetration, there wasn't a whole lot that she was able to do.
I got to ask Macy this. Of course, you saw Alexis play it in high school. Her passing tonight, I mean, it was point guard like. Is that something that she had in high school, or is that something she's developed here?
No, I mean, she's always been able to pass. She's very good. She's so athletic. She can beat almost anybody off the dribble, but she always has her head up. And one reason I think she's such a good passer is because I think she's pass first on her take. So she always is able to see the floor, and she's so athletic that she can get up over people and make those passes. But the thing I was most impressed with her tonight is she finally bought into, I know Coach Monica said, get to the offensive boards. I mean, there's no reason you're not dominating this game on the offensive glass. And she really took heed to that, and I mean, almost had a double-double. And if I'd have left her in any longer, she would have. But just really proud of her giving us second and third opportunities with her effort tonight on the boards.
You talked about Virgo. Lacey seems like a magnet around the glass. What has she been able to provide?
Oh, I mean, she just gives us the athleticism and a little spark that we need for sure. And, you know, she's learned real quick, if I run the floor, Macy Turley's going to get me the basketball. I mean, they make a really good combination going up and down the floor. But, you know, I've told Lacey the same thing. If you want to score 15 to 25 points a game, go to the boards because she's so athletic and so agile that even though people try to block her out, she's able to move around them. And she's getting better in finishing around the rim. When she gets to the point that she's confident finishing around the rim, she's going to be very difficult for people to guard. It's just something that she's going to have to get used to. She never played with her back to the basket in junior college. So this is an adjustment for her from going from the wing to the inside. But she's taking it and she's understanding what she needs to do to help us win. She's continuing to work on it. And once she's able to score at all 3 levels, she's going to be pretty tough.
Was this pace of play sort of what you were wanting for a team like this? Is this something we're going to see against other teams?
Oh, we want to play fast as possible. If I don't have to call an offense, that's the best offense we can run. I mean, I think we're really good in transition. We shoot the ball better in transition off the run. We get better looks in transition. So we definitely want to be able to run with people, but obviously different people and different teams dictate how much we can run. I mean, we understand that, but we're always going to try to play as fast as possible because there's not many better in the open floor than Macy Turley at either getting herself points or getting other people points. And so we want the ball in her hands as much as possible and the pace pushed as much as possible.
What did you learn about your team over that long road trip? Obviously, you guys haven't been back in a while. What did you kind of learn and how did you prepare for it?
Well, I learned that they understood what the Louisville and the Mississippi State game meant, and they were able to accept why we do those things and move past it. I mean, I think, after the Louisville game, we were able to go into Mississippi State. It's a very tough place to play and able to get that win. We take the shellacking at Mississippi State. Macy only plays 13 minutes. We don't have an answer for them. And they're like, okay, coach, we got you. We understand why we're doing this. And we move on and we go to Lipscomb and don't play well for 3 quarters and we find another gear in the 4th quarter. And then tonight we come out off a big win. Tuesday night can be a little flat. They're trying, they missed a week and a half of classes. So they're all stressed out because girls want to make A's, which is great. They're student athletes first. But they have been stressed out about their classes, trying to play catch up and all that. So we've shortened practices this week to try to give them more study hall time and give them time to make up their stuff. But when it mattered and it was time to step up, they did that. And I talked to them before the game about winning is a habit and success is a choice. The only people that win as a habit are teams that make successful choices. Choices to go harder, choices to do more, choices to never quit, choices to be resilient, healthy choices that allow us to make winning a habit. Once this basketball team understands how to win and makes it a habit, we're going to surprise a lot of people. I've said all along, everybody had their doubts coming into this season because of the transfers and things like that. We lost some talent with the transfers, but we sure didn't lose any heart. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'll take this team battle any night against anyone.
Last year, you guys kind of had trouble closing out games, would have like a lackadaisical quarter or something. And throughout most of the wins so far, you haven't really seemed to have that. What's different, I guess, about this year's team's ability to close games?
Well, I think part of that is the freshmen have a year under their belt and they know what that's like. We're still extremely young, really young. And we have kids playing right now that played 0 minutes last year. Lacey's brand new. Macy Gibson's brand new. We've got kids playing minutes that have not played Division I basketball before. But I just think it's the closeness and collective unit of this basketball team. I've said all along, when the culture gets where it's supposed to be in this program, things are going to start moving forward. And the chemistry of this basketball team off the court carries on onto the court. They care about each other. They don't care who gets the glory. They want to win and they want to play together. And I think you saw that tonight. Very unselfish play.
And you talk about that unselfishness, and you have your starters all 5 in double digits. The impressive thing to me was they all shoot 50% or better.
Well, the game's easier when the ball goes in the basket. There's no doubt about that. But, being able, it's one thing, to be able to make shots. I think that's a big deal. And I've said all along, if this team makes shots, this team's going to beat people that people don't expect us to beat. And Arkansas State's going to be a really big challenge for us Tuesday night. I'm excited about it. They're long, they're athletic, they're big, everything we're not. But I think that makes for an exciting atmosphere. We're going to hit Scout hard, and I think we'll be ready to play. At this point of the season, we were trying to get 1% better each game. We can win doing that, great. If we lose and we're a better basketball team at the end of the night, right now that's what we need to be.
Sadie didn't score a lot, but she had 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. Is she someone that can come off and kind of provide that spark off the bench?
Absolutely. She's the toughest kid we got. She doesn't care. If anybody saw the Lipscomb game, she guarded Dory, the 6'3" kid, and did not miss a beat. She was part of the reason that we came back in that 4th quarter. She tied her up several times when they went inside. She's just tough. She's going to bring energy. She's going to bring effort. We don't need her to score. That's not her role. But bringing the toughness and the energy, especially off the bench, is something this team needs. And the players really rally behind her on that.
And then what do you know about Arkansas State, and what do you guys need to improve on maybe going into Tuesday?
We're going to have to be able to handle pressure. Speed, athleticism, and length right now are something that we have difficult with, so we understand that. But I feel like that if we could take care of the basketball, if we can limit second chance points and points off turnovers to 30 points or less, we'll have a chance to win the game.